Welcome back, guys. So, in this particular video, we'll talk about the next technique of prompting. Again, the most most interesting and most important technique, which makes your prompt better in terms of showing some examples to LLM and making the LLM learn few patterns or something like that. Okay, that is called as few shot prompting. Few shot prompting, as the name says, and again, it's can be one shot or few shot. Now, what is the reason behind this and why do we need to understand this? What is the use of this? We'll try to understand. It is either one shot or few shot. Like if you give only one example, it is one shot. If you give multiple examples, more than one, it is few shot. Okay. See, sometimes there might be situation where you you prompt your LLM, you just give whatever you want, but sometimes uh, even though you provide best instructions, still LLM might not be able to understand. And there might be some cases where you cannot express in terms of wording, okay? Cannot express your format, okay? Cannot express the format, okay? But you can show that. You can show that examples. You can say, okay, this is how I want, but you cannot express in terms of words. So in that case, these kind of prompting will be helping us, one shot or few shot. Okay. So one shot or few shot is a situation where you just say, okay, these are some of the examples. See this and respond for the new data, something this way. So you're just showing the old or historical some few examples, and you ask it to do it for the new data, something like that. Okay. So what is a reason behind that? I'll show you. Okay. Example, let me show with an example. Okay. Imagine we are having this prompt saying that, okay, I want to write a engaging product description for the following products. Maybe noise cancellation headphones, standing desk, and 4K webcam. So let me go to, as usual, ChatGPT and ask this. Okay. It gives me some response like this, right? It says noise cancellation headphones, some it gives me this way, standing desk, it gives me this way, and 4K webcam, it gives me this way. But I don't want in this particular format. I want in just some other format. But I cannot express this right now. So what I will do is just see the second prompt. So what I will do is I'll just say examples in this way. Okay. Write a same thing, write a same, I'm writing the same prompt, but I'm giving some examples. I'm saying, okay, product, wireless mouse. I'm also giving the mouse emoji, and I'm just giving some title and saying that, okay, I want in this. Again, keyboard emoji, I'm giving some title and I want to this. So what is the advantage of giving the few shot is one more advantage is it will be consistent. Sometimes what happens is if you just explain instructions, it might not be consistent. According to whatever my experience is, it will not be consistent. So by giving this few examples, it will be consistent in the output. Okay, in the especially whichever cases where we are struggling to explain the formats. So there you can just give these examples and it will see that the LLMs are consistent in this particular format. You can see. Now, if I ask the same question again, maybe I might not get the same answer. Maybe I'll ask this to another LLM. Maybe I'll ask in the in the cloud, something like this. Okay, something like this in the cloud. So I might not get a similar response in cloud, right? I might get some other response. You can see it is just going on giving a lot of content, right, related to that. So you can see how it is giving a lot of content, but I don't want this much content and I don't want this much. So that is where the concept of few shot will be helping, right? So in the few shot, what you do is you just give some examples. Now you can see you're just giving some existing examples, like you say wireless mouse and something like that, and you'll give it. All right. So let me now copy this and use that here. Okay. I'll just take a new shot, a new chat actually, and I'll try to give this. I'll just try to paste this. Yeah. Now, you know, now you can expect AI to exactly follow the same format. You can see, guys, it's exactly following the same format what I gave. Earlier, it was completely different, right? It was just drafting, and it is, having a lot of content. But now it is exactly for following the format which I require. The same thing in GPT as well. You can try. Okay. You can just give the format and now it will exactly follow. You can see product, so and so description, product, so and so description. So this is the idea of the few shot. So by now here, maybe this kind of format is difficult to explain, but if you just show it as an example, LLM will learn from that example and follow. That is the main goal of the few shot. So here, if you give only one example, it is called as one shot, and if you're giving more than one example, it is few shot. Okay. So one more example you can try here. You can see I'm just giving some sequence and it is giving me. Okay, let me try without this example, the pattern matching without example. So I'll just say saying that okay, instruction is identifying the pattern, and I'll just give the pattern. Okay, now you can see because you ask it to fight on identify the pattern, it will identify. But the problem is it will go on explaining everything, which I don't need it, right? The output you can see it is explaining how it has done it and how it has doing it. But I don't need this. I just need the answer. That's it, right? So that is where this few shot again will be helping. You can just instruct, you can just give it like this, okay? Examples, and next. That's it. So now you can see, yes. So you can see you got the value next is 160, something like that. Okay. So that is the idea of this few shot, guys. Few shot will be helping us to basically, make LLM learn from the examples. Okay. So now the same few shot can be done through LangChain. And the good thing is in LangChain, we have a template for that already that is called as FewShotPromptTemplate. So already we learned about what is prompt template and what is chat prompt template, right? So in the same way, in this LLM, we have something in the LangChain, we have FewShotPromptTemplate, which will be helping us to give the few shot examples in a better way to the LLM. Okay. See now, if you see this few shot prompting, how I'm doing it actually. So first I'm mentioning the instruction in the first, then I'm giving some examples, right? And also some instruction, and finally the what I need, right? The my input. Similar way, you can arrange in the few shot prompt template dynamically. So that is where the few shot prompt template come into the picture in LangChain. So in LangChain, what happens is like the same example I'm just taking. So in the LangChain, for whichever examples you want to give as a few shot, you can arrange it like a list of dictionaries, something like this, where, for example, in my case, in this example, if you see, I mean, again, the keys of that particular dictionaries can be anything. So in my case, the key is the product value for, is the wireless mouse, and description and product and description. So you should also give it a template, arrange it like a template. So this will be used by the few shot to arrange it like a proper template. And that one you have to put in a prompt template. Okay. So first you have to give the examples. Okay. So in this way, put it like a template and put it in a prompt template. And that prompt template you should use in another prompt template called as few shot prompt template. So what happens is this few shot prompt template, in this few shot prompt template, you have to give the examples, the list of examples dynamically you want to load. So the advantage of using this is, imagine your few shot is present in a list of a config file. You can dynamically load it here in this way. So you'll have a few examples and the template, basically the prompt template which you want to arrange this. So this is the template which I want to arrange. Next, the thing is, so similar way, like how did I arrange the few shot prompt here? Similar way here, you will be having something called as prefix and suffix. Prefix is something which is before your few shot examples, what you want to, you know, put before your few shot examples, and suffix is something which you want, which what you want to put after your few shot example. So for example, before my few shot, I want to just use saying that, okay, write an engagement product description in the exact style. And then automatically it will arrange the examples after that and then suffix. So basically it will exactly arrange your prompt in this way, right? So this will be helping a lot when you're working with dynamically, okay, dynamic prompting. That is what templates is all about, right? So you'll have a prefix and suffixes. You'll just give the product in this way dynamically, and then you will just start giving. I mean, this is the old examples, and the new examples you will give it in the suffix. The new examples, new products which you want to get the description for, you will give in the suffix. So here again, I'm using dynamic values, and while invoking the chain, I'll be sending the respective products. So let me run this, and you should be able to see the, your output exactly similar to, yes, you can see you are getting exactly similar to what you are expecting. Mainly, you're getting the consistent product description. That is a main goal. Consistency is the main goal here in this particular few shot. Okay. So similarly, you can see one more example where we are converting a casual language into a professional business language, a casual language text into a professional business language. So here the keys are different. Again, same thing. We are loading like a list of dictionaries where you're having casual and professional examples. Like for example, casually you say, "Hey, can you send me the report?" Professionally, you will say, "Can you, could you please share the report at your earliest convenience?" So this is how you want your AI to convert any text into a professional way. Like for example, this will be helpful whenever you're working with any kind of, whenever you want to respond to a business meeting or whenever you want to respond to your boss or someone. So you can see example template, casual and professional. Same way again, you'll have a prompt template, few short prompt template. Prefixes like instruction, convert casual sentences into professional language, and you're giving your dynamic inputs. Okay, and you're giving some text sentences. Now it will convert all your text sentences into the exact style you need. Okay, casual, professional, and the casual professional. You can see. So that is the idea of few shot. I hope you understood. I would recommend you to try out this example. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, you can just post it in the chat. Thank you guys. Let's meet in the next technique and the next video. Thank you. See you.